But I have a question because
Yeah.
I mean, I came here today. Really excited to be here. But my question is like, for you, when did you realize that you have a lazy eye? It's like, did you like came out from the vulva
From the vulva.
with a lazy eye,
Yeah.
or it happened after?
No. I'll remind me to edit this into the pod. Do you see that picture there?
No, is that you?
It's my mom, like Amelie, in my baptizing.
Fuck, and I read that you had the lazy eye there.
Lazy, I always.
So
yeah.
you came up like.
I came out. You know what? I mean, it's like this eye got caught in the clitoris when I was coming out. It's like no, ma. No, it was like in the. Do you know I've shown you my trick, right?
Yeah.
The muscle.
I saw it.
So like that was.
I was shocked by the way.
Yeah, that was like genetics. It was like in the womb, and then it came out, and it was kind of like yeah. This is after surgery. They stabilized it.
Because coming here, I was like, I never thought about like what's happening. It's like first the egg or the chicken, you know? It's like what did that happen? Like did someone punch him when he was a kid?
And it just stayed.
Exactly.
The trauma. I never came back. I was as a kid, yeah. No, I remember like I think that's what all my weird social shit comes from. Like why I'm like so. Like whenever you put me in a group, I'm like loud and I'm like I want to be liked very quickly. It's because I remember like being a kid and then all the other kids would be like, look at the retarded eye guy.
How did they say that in Greek?
I don't know. So lazy eye is not the correct term, to be honest, because lazy eye sometimes is like, you know, when like one is not as responsive.
Exactly, and,
so you
and
get
it's going by the...
Yeah, this is called, it's a Greek word, it's like ptosis, it's like when your eyelid is just dropped, but my eyes go the same. Yeah. I just, lazy eye is funny. It's just
I mean, we had the same answer. We say ojo vago, which is like your eye is lazy.
Yeah.
So the literal translation.
Yeah, I don't know if it's... We have a great Greek word that's alithoros, which is when you're looking into places at once.
Bithko, yeah.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Bithko, like
Bithko.
your eyes are like going like...
Bithko's perfect.
Bithko is perfect, yeah.
Bithko's like the town idea.
Vizcaya, like from Vizcaya. Where are you from? Yeah. So that girl is Vizca. That girl is Bithko. That was like a...
That girl is Bithka is a t-shirt.
But
It's like a Britney Spears song. The girl is Bithka.
But I mean, there was like a lot of reason to be bullied during the school because I mean, like, you had this like, okay, you are the target.
Yeah, it was easy. It was nothing crazy, but just like, you know, like kids, like they just need a little. It's not like, I don't remember that I wasn't like fucking traumatized, like, but I just remember vividly, you know, whenever it's new kids, they would all kind of like do the classic, like they're not very subtle. And I remember just being like, I'll show them that I can, even with this eye, I'll...
But don't you think that this is like, because I mean, we know each other and we love each other because we have like this horrible humor and really dark. And when I was a teenager, I was 100 kilos, you know, I was really fat and I was bullying stuff. And I was like, okay, the only way to survive here is, you know, to develop my brain and to give you an answer so sharp that I'm going to like, although you're going to hit me, but everybody's going to laugh at you. And that was my way to, you know, to protect myself, you know.
We have a very similar personality that way. I like, we both have like this fat girl inside.
Exactly.
I just remember being like an ugly teenager and then a kid with a lazy eye, and just remember like fucking just, I have to be cool somehow. Like I'll find every other way to be cool.
Me too.
Yeah. No, but I remember that's when I fell in love with you. I met you, and I think was it the first time I met? It was the second time or something like that. We were at the restaurant that I was working at the time, and that was a weird place for me. It's like religious people, conservative people. It's a weird environment. Greek, which is I didn't want to work for cool Greek people, let alone like religious Greek people. So it was a bit of a nightmare for me, and I just didn't have a lot of options at the time. But I'm there, and you know, trying to be in a good behavior, so everything. And then a friend is at a table of all the crazy friends, and then it's like a table is like full of fucking people, and then a friend goes, "Do you know what a 70s pussy looks like?"
I'm not gonna do it in front of the camera, but in private, yes.
Yeah, which is the most beautiful party trick I've ever seen in my life. It's just, it's a, you know what it is? It's the ultimate test of who's gonna stay till the end of the night.
Exactly.
It's like, if you stick through the 70s pussy, you're with me.
It's funny because I think this is a really funny trick. I mean, I love it.
It is. We should say the trick involves Efren pulling his shorts up, squishing his balls and grabbing his hair and creating a 70s.
Again, it's like a vulva, with all the lips and all the 70s hair around, It came because it's really funny the story because when I was in Barcelona, I was young, I couldn't pay the rent, so I gave sperm. To a clinic, and I was giving like 50 euros per week, and the woman was like, okay, you need to go to this toilet, you need to jerk off in this jar, and then come back, and then that's it. I was like, okay, so I get there, and I was like, and by the way, here's the movie. And they gave me a movie, and I put the movie on, it's a DVD movie there, and it was like a 70s porn movie, straight, of course. I'm gay. and it was like this pussy there, like super like swollen, and the hair was coming inside and stuff. I was like, oh no, this wrong. So I took it out, and I just started thinking about other things.
Yeah, of course.
So from there I was doing this, fuck, it looked like that porn movie that I watched back then.
I love that that's your only contact with straight porn is in a hospital.
Totally. And and I was getting out, and I was like, can you please wait here? And I was waiting in a waiting room with all the families waiting to ask for, to get pregnant and stuff. And I was sitting there with my jar in front of everybody, and people were looking at me. So you are one of the characters who is donating sperm here.
That's so.
And I was waiting and I was feeling so uncomfortable because I don't know where to put it.
To hold your sperm.
Again, Barcelona is summer. We don't have winter jackets. So I was with my tank top. I was like, where should I put it? It's no space.
Holding your own sperm is
holding my own sperm of like people who want my sperm.
It's quite a sad moment of.
And it was funny because one of the conditions was like you have to be a student, university. You have to go to university. It was like, what? So you go to university, it means that you're intelligent enough to donate sperm
in the Mediterranean, where everyone's just kind of like. Oh wow!
Like, okay, so,
I love that like the sperm clinic is like your fic, and we're like I bring my friends in. There's like 15 screens with gay porn around.
So back to the joke. I did it once because when I get drunk and high, I do stupid things. That's my way of survive. And then I met a guy and was like, oh. Yeah, and you want to see my 70 pussy? And the guy was like, no. So I did it anyway, in Roses. And the guy was like looking like, okay, you're a weirdo. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. And I thought it was amazing. And he was like, okay, I loved it. Nothing happened. I don't remember how I ended the night. But time passed by, and then this guy texted me on Grindr. You are the 70s pussy guy. He's like, oh, did I did it to you?
Oh my god.
And I was like, how do you like it? It was horrible. And then he blocked me. And then he blocked me against. And I was like, why are you texting me this when you are gonna block me?
That's so sad.
Well, this is gay scene in Berlin, which is another topic. I'm not gonna open right now.
We don't have to touch that.
Exactly.
Which is also what it says on my profile. You don't have to touch that. But no, but it's what I told you. The 70s pussy is the ultimate test of if you're gonna stay here till the end of the night. It's like if you don't pass the 70s pussy test.
If you're gonna play, let's play. I mean, don't give me this like a bullshit humor. Like they're like no.
I also love that like all these men have like pictures of their asshole on Grindr, but then you make a joke, you pull your balls a bit, and they're like, that's inappropriate.
Exactly, but you're asking for my asshole on the picture. Yeah. What is? I'm giving you like real life.
Yeah. It's a weird culture.
Yeah, but people are like, I don't know, maybe like religion. I don't know what happened in their homes. I don't know, like insecurities, because at the end it's like insecurities, because if you go like this, and I was like, listen, I'm so confident to do this. I don't feel stupid by doing it.
It's social anxiety. I also have a little bit of social anxiety because I grew up with crazy people around me, but because I grew up in a bar, in a restaurant, I grew up with like etiquette. Because, it was my mom's bar, my dad's restaurant, so we can do whatever the fuck we wanted because there's a way to be... We're still funny, still drunk people, still crazy people, but it's like I'm the kid. Everyone knows that I'm their kid. I'm in the places, I'm in other places. Like, I have a lot of this kind of anxiety of like... I love fucking around and I love... but I also have a little bit of like... Some people... don't have any tact with it, like they'll just go and I'm like just a little bit,
just slow as a bit.
Yeah, but I understand it a little bit because of that, because I just remember like throughout my entire life in Athens I had to keep a little bit of a few, like I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to, but still in a nice manner, like when everyone knows you're the son of the bar, the restaurant.
Like an
it's
image.
it's like you can't just go fully crazy all the time. Like you have to kind of keep a few things in check. So I understand a little bit of that social anxiety, but then there's this fucking Berlin thing where like everyone wants to be cool all the time. Like
yeah, but what does it mean be cool? It's like be cool for me. It's like to be like a weirdo to do stupid stuff and stop telling me like to look perfect. When you're in roses and it's like everybody's fucked up to look perfect and stuff. Yeah. It's impossible, baby. Like we are not like that.
And what's the point?
It's not an Instagram. It's not an Instagram picture. It's not like a fucking story. We are here and we are drunk and I have a lazy eye and I have a 70s pussy. Yeah. Do you wanna play? Let's play,
Oh my god, that should be a film for us. I have a lazy eye and I have a 70s pussy. Let's play.
This is the new from John Waters. We will be like perfect character for John Waters. I will be like instantly like, please take me.
Play. It's like I don't have the patience to be like proper anymore. I'm like, if I'm around people that start a conversation about like, is this like, what is this connected to in terms of what it's doing systemically to a culture? I'm like, I'm done.
I'm done. Sorry, like really like no.
I'm done.
I mean,
yeah, it's like, because that's the funny part is like you're a social worker, like you work all day with actual real shit that's political and it's important, and then you make a joke and then someone starts preaching and you're like, oh, I'm sorry baby, you make money out of selling clothes that you buy for 50 cents in Turkey and then you sell them to white girls here and then you spend all day fucking buying shoes and now you're gonna preach me about politics?
You work for Zalando and you're like just doing bullshit because you're like doing what, sending emails to for a big company who doesn't care about you. I'm as you say, I'm a social worker and I know what people are working with them, and because we work together and I know and I have this empathy, we can joke about this stuff together. So I'm allowing myself to do this joke because I'm fucking inside there and because I'm doing like this kind the job I do, and also for them, to like to normalize stuff. It's like they're gonna go to Flüchtlinge, like they were calling me like maricon, and I got this word for me, and I turned it in a boomerang, and now I'm using it, in a nice way. Yeah. So I was like, let's do that, For me, it was like if I would have cancer and I would get bald and stuff, I would be the first like laughing. Yeah, you know, like, look at me. I feel like I look like Sotiris.
I was gonna say,
and I was like. But it's true, through humor you can like also survive and you can even cure yourself.
It's the only fucking way.
It's the only fucking way. What do you want me to do? Like to cry, to die? I mean like no.
I mean imagine just 20 people around you being like,
don't say that. No.
Efren. It's like it's a nightmare.
No, it's not you cannot be yourself. This is one of the things like when I go back to Spain, I mean Spain is like humor is like really harsh, which I love it. So when I go back then, after living here 10 years, I'm a bomba.
Yeah.
I explode because everything I cannot say here, they are taking it. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I was like, you have no idea where I'm coming from. There is like, yes, I can say stuff, but some stuff no. But with you guys, I can go fully. And for me, it's the best. Like crying from laughing is that I go home like happy. I don't need nothing else. I don't need like your validation and stuff. Like I'm happy because these people like sharing the same humor.
I know. That's the only thing that I love about hospitality is that like, whenever I work, even though it's Berlin, just only jokes, and then half of the people don't even like it, just goes over their heads. Like it's just people don't register things. I've like to tell jokes and people be like, what? Is it? Okay, sorry. No.
I mean, imagine that in the gay world, my profile on my picture profile on Grindr, you know it, no? It's like this picture. It's like a dog, and there is like noodles on top. And on the other side is like Justin Timberlake with his like noodle hair from the 90s. And I present myself like that, and people get confused and people don't get it. The people block you because they think that you're making fun of them or something. So how insecure you have to be. It's not everything about you, baby. It's just a picture. When you laugh about it, you will meet a guy who's gonna make you laugh all the time. You know, having sex with I think it's amazing, and not this like porn movie like I need to put my leg like this, I need to put my leg, I have to be like this. And it's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like,
it's so wild.
I want to put this, this level of, to be serious down, to be real, to meet you in real life. You know, I don't want to be.
Yeah, it's funny in the beginning and then it becomes sad. In the beginning, it's funny when people don't get the joke. It makes me laugh when people are like, but
I made it.
What is this? Who fucking
Haribo. The first thing I found like in the Turkish market. I was in Tel Aviv.
I hate this shit.
I bought it for you, so take it. Just give it to the other people.
In 3 months.
You eat it. So I was in Tel Aviv and I was there. I was like, oh, let's open random to see. Sorry, we didn't talk about this, but it's about humor and stuff. So I'm gonna go to it. And I was, and everybody was like talking to me in like Hebrew, shalom, and asking me for pictures.
Yeah.
That was the pattern. Not even like, hey, how are you, visitor? How you look good? And instantly they were sending me like all of them. I'm not 25 pictures of himself, naked, here, there, everything. You know, the book. And I was like, what is? I mean, okay, you look hot, but and do you have pictures? And I got so upset because it was like, no one can be like clever. How are you being nice?
Yeah.
And I was sending this picture in return, and they blocked me 20 people after each other, one morning.
Wow.
Not even like only one guy asked me, is that you on the picture? And I'm like, how lame? He's like, I'm not Justin Timberlake. And who is it? And I was like, okay. And then he blocked me.
That's amazing.
And he blocked me, and I went with my friends. I was like, okay, let's do it because this is like, this is sociology. This is like the studies. What's happening in this city? Nothing. This happens like city is like bullshit.
It's fucking amazing. we just
So I'm another person.
I got to the next podcast with another person. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Act naturally, just. Oh.
It's gone.
Just a midget standing up on the chair.
With all my gold.
With the same outfit, just dripping. Oh. So yeah, so I was talking about it so much I realized the last time I watched it, the series, I was like 18 or something. It was like,
oh wow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it again. I was anyway kind of sick for a while, so I'm like, I'm home. I rewatched it, and then remember Marie, the purple, like the wife of Hank, like the DEA agent. She just only wears purple and steals shit, just kleptomania. And then I remembered, and I made the Efren Marie connection.
Of course.
I was just like, just like you as Marie, all part just
But you know, my Kleptomania came. Not because my camp is actually was really political because I was like, how to fuck the system. I think one of my hobbies is how to fuck the system.
I'm a pussy. I can't deal with the pressure of it.
You know, that's why I became a social worker because I was like, how can we fuck the system? Because it's like this is not everything the way they say or the way they want. You can find other ways to do it. And by stealing, I remember like stealing like I don't know, like every Friday I was going in Barcelona to steal clothes around Barcelona, and I was bringing all the clothes what I was stealing in this like it's called Consum or Capravo, like a supermarket. They have like a how's it called, a lock.
Yeah.
So I was putting all the clothes there, and at the end of the evening I was collecting them, and I was going home with a lot of stuff, and I was like, today I fuck H&M, Farah, and all these things because it's like I can do it, and I can prove you that I can steal, and you have no idea. And I was feeling good. And this created a person who was like, it became like really like stealing big things, you know, like going to antique stores and trying to steal a 2 meters virgin.
No fucking way!
I tried to put friends inside, you know, using my friends as a, you know, like you go inside, you talk with the guy, and I'm gonna steal. And my friends, I lost many friends also on the way because it was like, sorry, I didn't want to be part of this. But they were part of it.
This is the best segment of my podcast ever. Please, just try to steal furniture.
Everything.
That's amazing.
I remember like there was the crazy. I went to the courts, by the way, 2 times. As a social worker, it's nice to go because you see how it's the process. Because then when we
you took it as research.
I took everything. Yeah, everything has a meaning for me.
Wow.
And so when I was stealing the clothes as well, I was taking the alarm, and many jeans they had a hole here. And then I got a job working in a center with teenagers with problems at home with girls. And I was working at night, I was doing the laundry with the girls, and I was checking that many girls had also the same hole I had in my pants because they were also stealing in the same stores. And I was like, Samantha, this is stolen. No, Betroya, no. I was like, and then one day I was just working, and some of the girls came to me, is like, Betroya, you have a hole on your jean. You also stole it? And I was like, fuck, they discovered me. I'm also like one of you. And I said, no, bitch, this is from my flatmate. I don't do these things. And I saved my ass, like, okay, so Efren, you cannot do that because you're gonna go to work with stolen stuff because they are so like clever, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is
wow.
Yeah.
I think everyone goes through a small phase of stealing at some point. Like I remember being like, I would steal like some like football cards when I was a kid, like the stickers. But right now, currently, I steal one thing every month. It's 'cause the thing is,
every month. What
yeah.
Is like a ritual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. I'm just afraid. I'm
afraid of what?
Get caught.
But what happened? The process is nothing. Like you can like sorry my English, but you know in Spain like you can like steal stuff and it's like up to like 500 euros. It's not a robbery. It's like hurto. So you don't go to prison. You just pay a fine and that's it. Yeah. So when you know the law, that's why I love it. When you know the law, you can do whatever you want to do with the law because you play with it. So you don't go crazy and steal like I don't know like a TB from from MediaMarkt, which I can do. Because you know the Turkish stupid guy, which I'm seeing every day, he's not even at the door checking people. So I can also live with but I'm not doing because I kill myself a bit.
Wow.
But
adrenaline.
Actually, the adrenaline, living there with the stuff and no one like catch you. I was like, fuck, you know, I'm fucking the system, and also like I got something, and you know for me like I got something nice, but you know for me it's like after a while I throw it away because it has no meaning anymore because I got it already. So I lost interest.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I really never cared about. The thing I did because I don't care about like possessions is like I have things that I've connected something nice to. Like all my things are like I have some significance. Like it's all shitty, cheap things that you could throw away tomorrow, and my life there's nothing changes in my life. I just like them because I like connecting to little like objects or a picture or a thing. It's like everything in my room is from a shoot or from an experience that I remember. So there's
stolen.
No. I mean, no, made for a shoot and then kept.
Okay, then you kept. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing I steal every month, saffron.
Saffron.
Yeah.
From where?
It's my favorite spice from Rabat. Because they have them in the little box with the paper, and the saffron is in a glass vial in the middle that's unmarked, nothing, just a glass. So I grab it, and then I hold my so it's like kind of hidden, and then I go to check my phone in the pocket, and I take my phone out. So now I've done the switch.
Of course, the switch.
And then I put my phone back. When I put my phone back, I remove the glass from the paper. I throw the paper in the fand bullshit, where there's a pile of shit. So
really elaborated, I have to say, bro.
Yeah, because that's why. Because I'm afraid I need to. If it's not fully calculated.
Did you prepare this at home?
No, I just one day I was like, I pay all the supermarkets for fucking 6 years here. I will not pay €6 for a vial of saffron. I'm Greek. Fuck you. So I just have to plan it. As long as I plan it and it's a way that I think is okay, if I get caught, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
But I'm too afraid to grab something and do it obvious that I have to find like step-by-step thing, like I have the exact same movements every time. But
which, by the way, a trick from a from a thief, from a Robin Hood is like just doing obvious. Because when they think that it's obvious, you know, when you do like all this, that's what is you doing? But did you take it and you go?
Yeah.
You just go. You know, like by the way, Humana is the best place to steal because it's a horrible NGO. All the money that you are giving there is not going to these black people that they show you in the pictures. Forget about that. What they do is like they are selling the clothes that Europe is not selling. You know, the last shit they are selling this to Africa. So everything is winning. Everything is making money with the things that you are giving for free. So this is the best way to go and fuck the systems that I'm gonna steal everything. I go there, I go without the jacket in the winter, and I put the jacket on, and I go with the jacket out.
That's great.
I have a lot of jackets, I don't know what to do with them. I'm planning to move to Spain, so maybe I do a floor market and make money out of Humana.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna text you for advice. I'll email you.
everything, you know. The way I stopped here because again I'm a social worker and then I was stealing for 5 years food. I never paid more than €2 for food in 5 years. So I was with my bag buying water, which was 25 cents plus the fund, and my whole bag was full of food.
How?
Just go and you put it there because sometimes there's not even like places where to put it.
Yeah.
So people are putting like in that and then you put it out. I was not putting the things out. I was just putting the water there. And then this amazing security, which I had a conversation with him at the end. He caught me because he was dressing not as a security and he was carrying an iPhone box. Not the box, not the iPhone, like the box of the iPhone. I thought that he was a guy who just bought an iPhone who was going around. No, he was a security. But he was so well prepared to show that he was not a security. And then he saw me like putting everything inside. And that day I put a lot of like meat and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, sorry, you need to come with me. And I was like, fuck. And it was the guy with the iPhone because I saw him as well. And then he put me in this room. And I was like, what is this? Like, yeah, I stole it. I was like, yeah, I saw you. Like, I was like, thank you. You are the only person who caught me in 5 years. And the way you did it, it's amazing. And the guy was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Son of a bitch.
Run away.
Okay, we're back on. This is the first fucking time in the history of the Lazy podcast that one of the things completely stopped recording. We didn't have audio for 20 minutes. And that's 20 minutes of the best fucking podcasting that has ever happened here. I think it's the whole... Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to use the audio of the camera because that shit was so good that I don't care. It's very sad. I'm heartbroken. We're going to have another gin tonic and forget.
Please.
Oh my god, that shit was so good, Efren. I can't believe that it's not gonna be on the mics, but that's life. That's what happens. It was almost, you know what happened? I feel like my equipment is almost like a good lawyer. Where like the moment we started saying criminal shit, my equipment was like, no, Efren,
I don't want to listen to this.
No.
I love him. I'm going to protect him.
I love him. I want to protect him. He's gonna go to Spain, buy a beautiful house, and do beautiful. I don't want the police to come in. That's amazing. Anyway, that's.
Well, that's the way I like, you know, the things I like more from life, you know. I don't want a stable life. I don't want like a boring life. I want like something else happening. And, you know, I think it's funny when you like, your friends are like, hey, you are not here. Where are you? Like, I'm in prison.
But the podcast was amazing.
Exactly. Like, sorry, they catch me. They catch me. But I mean, the last one, they caught me. They call me in Aldi, Karl-Marx-Straße.
No
next
way.
to Rathaus Neukölln, and they.
Not in Aldi. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a cheap person. I'm not gonna go to Rebe, you know, because I was like.
But you were stealing.
Yeah, but there was a Spanish week in Aldi or something like that. Can you imagine? No, and there was which I love the trashiest supermarket caught me like stealing. You know?
Amazing.
I was like,
wait, Aldi had an undercover security guy?
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
That was like, oh, fuck, they are getting better and better.
Yeah.
You know,
you wouldn't expect Aldi to have an undercover guy.
So I was confused. So they called me. I paid the fine, everything. But you know, as a social worker, you have to get every 2 years a paper called Führungszeugnis, which says that you are not a criminal and you are not a pedophile because you are a social worker. And I was like, and I got a letter from the police, and I was like, fuck! Imagine that something
I can't do my job. Yeah,
is saying like I got caught by stealing or whatever. Then how can I?
Cheers, my mother.
Welcome back. How can I tell to my boss when it's like, but Efren, he stated that you are stealing this and this and this.
Yeah.
You know, I can get fired and I can even stop working in the whole Germany. And I was like, and then from that day on, I stopped stealing heavy.
Yeah.
Now I'm like doing like little things time to time. You know,
microdosing.
I'm microdosing. Stealing, you know, like things that I cannot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never stole from someone at home. It was all big companies, also not from small stores because they need to survive.
Of course.
I just go to the big things to say, okay, you know what? Fuck you. But
Oh my God.
I'm missing that day. But I live a quiet life now, getting old, like not in a rush, not like all the time checking, like, so yeah.
Yeah. So what's okay? So now you're gonna go to Spain. You're looking for a place. Is it gonna be like Do you know the place, or is it gonna be like a little?
I'm gonna
city?
move to Almeria, which is the western, like the spaghetti western of Spain, where like no one has no interest because it's like a desert. But at the same time, they have the most beautiful natural park ever, with the most beautiful beaches. Like there are 25 beaches, and there's because a natural park, you cannot build inside, so there is no hotels. Everything is like a beautiful like white houses or caves. So the landscape is like untouched. It's really beautiful. It's like a volcanic area. The beaches are like kilometers. Really, really nice. And it's the only place in the whole Andalusia, for people who are from Andalusia who are listening to this, it's the only place.
I have a lot of listeners from Andalusia.
It's the only place in Andalusia where you can choose the tapa. When you have a drink, you can choose which tapa you want to have. If you go to other places, they give you a tapa for free, but you cannot choose the tapa. There you can like, I want to have shrimps as a tapa all the time. You have all the time shrimps with your tapa.
I love that. That's like one of the things of like, you can choose the tapa. Like that's the selling point.
Yeah, that's why I'm moving.
We're so simple.
This is why I'm moving there.
We're so beautiful.
I'm getting simple and simple. I want just a tomato, cut tomato with olive oil,
just
bread,
let me choose the tapa,
and my coffee, and that's it.
That's so beautiful.
I'm not asking for many things,
If you let me choose the tapa.
And someone who understands my 70s pussy joke. Is it so much to ask?
No, it's not.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, it actually is, yeah. No, I'm also a fan. I'm fucking freaking out. I'm following your lead 100%.
We all, as Auslander, all as people from abroad, we are here. We tried and stuff, but some things that we cannot avoid. Like there is something inside who is calling you back.
Yeah, and there's also like the knowledge that it's not gonna get better.
I don't know.
I think that's also a big part of it, where it's like, we all know that the best years are behind. So it's like, how much harder do you want to have to work for something that you can see it's not your thing anyway?
And we are getting older. Don't forget I moved here with 27, which I didn't care about, and stuff. And I got so many shufas and I went to so many vegas and stuff. I don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
If I hear the word shufa or to go to look for a flat, I'm gonna kill myself again. Like
Shufa
I don't.
Sounds like a word for pussy, by the way.
Exactly.
My 70 shufa.
Like people are like asking me like, to fuck with me, do you have an Meldung? This is now this is like. I ask people before fucking, do you have an Meldung? If you don't have it, I don't fuck you.
That's like the new vaccinated.
Exactly. Because it's like, you're a poor girl who lives in a fucking baguette without a Meldung. I don't want to fuck you.
Oh.
So I want something like, to go to my country with everything is cheaper, nice weather. Okay, maybe it's going to be 45 degrees in summer. I will deal with it, Exactly. And the good thing in summer, I don't wash my clothes because although I'm sweating a lot and my underwear smells like pee and stuff, you hang them and with the heat, everything is like evaporating. You put it, it's back and it doesn't smell.
Okay, I will not recommend this for everyone, but...
No, but you should try. Because there is a place where you cannot use a lot of water, so you need to think about, okay, do this.
Yeah.
Also, I'm into fetish stuff, so I think it's hot.
Yeah, it is hot. Yeah.
Yeah, and now that we're talking about Spain, and there is this song called Locomia by Locomia group.
Locomia by Locomia. It's like the Rage Against the Machine
Exactly.
album. Yeah.
And which is one of my favorite bands ever, and it was like a 4 guys from the 88, 89 who create a band called Locomia. There is a documentary out what explains the whole, the trash, what happened really inside, why it stopped to be Locomia, what happened there. And it's amazing. How can you see from something? It was actually there were a guy who was dressing like super weird, like super 80s and wave and romantic wave and stuff in Ibiza. And this producer saw him. He was as a producer, of course, the way to make money. Okay, these guys are doing money in Ibiza just because they dress like this. Yeah. But what happened if I create a band with these 4 characters? And then I started the documentary, and I was like, what?
Well, that's like made for you. That's beautiful. By the way, I should my second favorite Efren moment of all time after the 70s pussy, which will always be my corner. It's like I'm building the God, Son, and the Holy Spirit, like the triad for Efren. I have the 70s pussy, and then my second one is it's your birthday, and you've invited us to come to your house.
True.
And I've never been to your house, so I come in. At this point, I know you a year, I think, already, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I enter, and it's a friend's birthday, so it's like 20 people there or more, 25, and it's like a collection of every gay person available, like the twink that's voguing in the corner.
Called Mako?
Yeah. To the grumpy, I'm not gonna speak to anyone, I'm hot in my own way,
Burak?
Fuck you gay. Yeah.
Let's put names.
Yeah.
Beep.
Like from the voguing twinks to the grumpy tops, we have it all. So, and the traditional 5 fun straight girls.
Of course.
It's the perfect.
It's a must.
Yeah, it's like if you build the Last Supper with the 12 people, you're gonna have like the eight gay men in the entire spectrum. Totally. And then the 3 straight girls that are just happy and love the gays. It's perfect.
In Spanish, we call them mariliendres. Do you know that?
No.
And they call each other mariliendres. Are you a mariliendre? Between the girls, and they love it because it's the best girlfriend from a gay.
Of course, the groupies, yeah.
Exactly. We call it mariliendres.
Oh, that's perfect. So I go in, that's the demographic, and there's a very big plasma TV in the middle of the living room that's playing in a loop what I can only call an art house film from definitely either Bulgaria or
Russia,
Serbia. It's one of those countries, and it's basically like maybe 12 videos in succession. 24.
Yes.
24. And they have one theme. The theme is the same. It's skanky Eastern European woman wearing cheap, tight dress and heels in a cheap 2003 model car, a Toyota or a Subaru, that's stuck in mud 90% of the time, sometimes even snow.
Yeah.
And it's stuck. And the whole video is basically like some form of cheap straight fetish about a woman being stuck with a car that's trying to get unstuck, but obviously not really trying, because all the videos are like she's just like hitting the gas and
high heels, which that you cannot even like using that.
Yeah.
And you see the car like, and she's like a blonde girl like I can't.
And then
I can't.
And then the best is, at some point, she gets out of the car.
Exactly.
And she uses one hand to just pretend to push it, like, oh, this is not working either.
Full of mud, you know?
Full of mud everywhere. And it's like, oh, my finger cannot move the car. 24 different videos of that.
That was my art installation for my birthday.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I took my birthdays really serious, and I'm a sick person, and I got stuck watching these videos for a weekend,
it's
like
amazing.
in a loop. That's why I know there were 24, because I saw the 24, and I get really into them. I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. Who is recording this video? Who are these girls?
Who's the creative director of this project? Like who?
And I got really stuck in the mud with them, totally. And I was put in there.
That was so beautiful. Yeah, I have all these beautiful little. So we have 2 out of 3 now. Maybe
I'm really happy if I die, you get this memory from me, because actually
God.
that's really like exactly like really good stuff. So you have the really good taste, actually.
And now I have the third, the Holy Spirit. So I have now the Father, Son, and so Father is the 70s pussy, Son is the stuck porn, and then the Holy Spirit is the calamari.
Of course.
Of course. So
I mean, you are Greek, I'm Spanish. Calamari. It was around me since I grew up.
Yeah.
Calamari has a lot of meaning. It's like a tapa, it's a fetish stuff, because you can use it you like it to put it as a cock ring sometimes. I have this image, this fantasy of to put a calamari and eat a cock, and at the end of eating the calamari.
Okay. Remember a birthday gift that I never gave you?
Yes. It is here. It's gonna happen.
No. So okay, I never finished it. It was like we started. So okay. So here, I'll tell you the idea. The idea was because it was December, so I wanted to make. So I started making a nativity scene. Like, where like you, how do you call it in Spanish? Like in Greek, it's faten. It's a nativity scene. So you have the tree, the Christmas tree, and then underneath you have Jesus being born.
Yeah, el pesebre.
Yeah.
El Belém, yeah.
Yeah. So Bethlehem, so it's kind of like baby Jesus, the animals, the
Jose, Maria, the donkey. Yeah.
So I was making one for you.
Oh, wow.
And it was all like from a shoebox. And it was all collages of the girls from the stock porn and calamari. I need to find, there's some of it left behind.
Okay.
One Christmas I will fully build it. I'll show you when I got it to like 60%, and then I was so depressed and and it was the craziest time. And then I kept saying it's ready. I put myself in a panic for no reason. And then I never finished it. It was like 70% there, but I was in Napoli, and I found in Napoli where they have 25,000 little shops where they have all the little statues for
the angel, the Jesus.
Yeah, I found one.
Baby Jesus, by the way.
Yeah, I found one of a guy taking a shit, and the shit is actually drooping from his asshole.
But we have this in Catalonia.
Yeah?
You know that, no?
No.
What? You found this in Napoli?
Yeah.
With a red hat?
And he's kneeling down.
Yeah.
And the shit is like.
It's Catalan.
Really?
It's not Napoli. It's not from Napoli. It's Catalan. It's called cagatio.
Cagatio. It's almost like I knew it. The moment I saw it, I didn't buy anything from Napoli. I bought one thing. It was the guy. My mom was so angry because my mom was like. My mom is very, like, she has a crazy sense of humor as well, but she's also like a sweet person that she wants things to potentially be nicer. And then she was looking at it in a very romantic way of like, look at all these beautiful displays. And then the only thing I
saw.
And I was like, I only saw the guy taking a shit. And she was like, Paris, come on, that's not the only thing you buy. I'm like, yeah, that's the.
Okay, then I'm gonna fuck your mind right now because this is a Catalan thing, and we Catalans, I'm from Barcelona again, we put this figure in the middle of this like Bethlehem thing.
No.
And it's like a guy, like a pagès, a guy who works in the land, and he put out his bed, he shit there in the middle of this beautiful image. Because, Catalan are super political and against Spain and stuff. This is one of the way to fuck this image, to like... And
that's amazing.
In Catalonia, we do real ones, live ones, with Maria, Jesus, and this guy is shitting in the middle with...
No!
Yes, with a hairy ass, and he's doing like shitting down there. And this is one of my first images as a gay guy falling in love with this hairy guy
taking a shit
putting down his pants and shitting there. This is one of my fantasies. The guy shitting there in this live action Bethlehem with Maria, Jesus, the donkey, and the guy shitting.
I bought it for you. That's the only thing
I have a lot of at home. Yeah, and in Catalonia you can also buy them. They're like a cat, there's like a Trump shitting, like a political characters, Brad Pitt shitting, with.
How crazy! I had no idea. I just saw it in Napoli in one shop, and I was like, I have to buy this for a friend. It's like I made that connection randomly. Like, this is for a friend.
Bravo, good. Yeah, bravo. Because
Gee, I'll break this tonight. No, baby, stay there. It's not that firmly. Yeah, right. Please tell me it's still in here.
I'm looking for it actually on the.
Oh my god, Efren, okay.
Do you find it?
Yeah.
Because I also have it on my phone. Just for people to understand what we're talking about. It's about this guy.
Okay.
This is fuck. Big moment for everybody. Also for me because I never got this present.
This is the birthday gift I never gave you. So I have all the things. I have all the little Christmas lights.
No. I made this video also. I made. Oh. It's the cagané.
Yeah, so I bought this from Napoli.
Malaka, it's the fucking cagané.
I got a little car.
No.
I also found this and I thought you was like...
Cute.
This looks like baby Efren.
Totally. This also in Napoli?
No, I don't know where I found it.
Malaka, this is a box like when you...
I had like... Okay, this is a pussy. This is my 70s pussy. So it was
so good.
So here I was gonna write like Efren Nativita. And then had little lights, and little Santa and baby, and then the stock car. And then the guy taking this, and this was gonna be Jesus. So Jesus was born like here. This I made when I was 4.
Which is the blade where he's like sleeping.
Yeah, so this is like from clay that I made when I was 4. So it was gonna be like this, on the top of the calamari.
Malaka, so nice.
And then the car, and then Santa. So this was gonna be my gift that I never finished because I'm an asshole, right?
No, you're an asshole. People has other things to do, but I mean, just keep it. And when you are in the mood,
I'll finish it.
Please, because if I get this, I mean, if you were my boyfriend, it was like. You know me. This is how you know me. I had boyfriends who bought me a t-shirt. I don't want a t-shirt. I want this. This is to pay attention about my craziness.
This is right.
I mean, I don't know if people can see it on the camera, but I mean,
I'll take some pictures later to have for the podcast.
I mean, Malaga. I mean, like, what the fuck?
So that was my whole plan for your birthday, and I just never finished it, and then I felt bad, and then I got depressed, and a lot of other stuff happened, but yeah.
Oh, fuck. So cute. You know, this is one of my problems, you know, because I would love to have a boyfriend, but I want to have a boyfriend who understands me and who can do these things. And not a fucking whatever, like, I bought you a voucher for Babali.
Yes.
I don't want to go to Babali. I want this.
I want the calamari shrine.
I want a calamari shrine to put it there in my apartment. I mean...
Yeah, that's why we have amazing friends and lackluster relationships.
Totally. You know, I want to cut my hair now to Sergi, who is around here. So I cut my hair finally to go... You know, to go to Spain in a nice... oh, sorry, I'm losing... And then he's also gay, and he was telling me, like, I have a crush after 12 years with my flatmate. Is that what? It's like, yeah, because I cannot even find someone, and because we are eating every day together and stuff, I decided that we have a relationship, and he's straight.
Wow.
And then the Philip was like, are you sure that we are a couple? It's like, yeah, but we can have an open relationship. I can fuck with girls, you can fuck with guys, but we meet at home and we do speed and we cook at home. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So
we're all. I think it's like we're all just desperate for like someone that actually knows me.
Exactly, and no one who's like, I can share quality time with someone, but then at the end we are just getting whatever we have around because it's impossible. The market is really like...
It's fucked. I don't know. I mean, that's what... I don't know. When you go back to Spain, do you find like nice things?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I have the same...
You know, I find like people like really like more relaxed. People that they like, it's not only about myself and what I do and how much money I earn and if I work there, how many drugs I do and stuff. People are more quiet, more relaxed.
Yeah. I have the same where like... When I lived in Athens, I mean, I was also like a teenager, so it's like it's too early to really like... Because I moved here when I was 21. So I never had like a time in Athens that I was like an adult. And now every time I go back, really, really interesting things happen just because, you know, not everyone is in this insane... Like here, like all our bubble and all our people, like... They're all in the same... It's like you're in a fucking mall all the time. Whereas you go back to, like, the Mediterranean, in big cities, but still people are a little bit more, like, little shops. It's not like a mall. It's like everyone. It's like because everyone here is like, yeah, it's you, but there's also like 25,000 other stores.
Yeah, why should I choose you when I can like choose all of them?
And everyone's like so overwhelmed that they don't meet anyone cool and they don't have any good moments. It's like they're just. Whereas like I go back now, and every time I go back, without trying and without wanting even,
it's happening.
Really sweet. Like stuff happens and it's no pressure, no expectation, but it's like, oh, this is simple, this is nice.
Exactly.
This is like, oh, I like you, I'm in a city full of people, whatever, this is nice, let's go out for a nice dinner. It's like,
yeah, to eat calamari.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I had that in Spain. Hey, you want to take the car and go to the beach, and after we go for beers and calamari? And I was like, is this happening to me?
To me.
Which is the most simple thing ever. And I'm making it like a Spielberg movie. You know? I was like, Efren, relax, because I cannot compare what's happening in Spain, what happened in Berlin, because here, like, it's impossible. If I ask a guy to go to eat calamari, what is this? Show me your asshole. It's like, actually, my asshole can look like a calamari, like a little one.
Like the end of it.
Yeah.
No, it's great. I think we're like, after living in Berlin for more than a few years, I think we become like addicts, you know, when they finish rehab and they go back into the world and they're like, the colors are bright and they're like, oh, I have a job at Dairy Queen now. I sell milk and I'm so happy. Like we're like damaged forever.
Totally.
Like we go back to like Spain or Greece and it's like, oh, bread. And the person that answers a question. And we're like, ah. And people are like, what the fuck is wrong?
You know what is happening lately to me? I'm watching a lot of Spanish movies because I love, like, you know, like Spanish, like Almodovar and stuff. And like, there is like this little thing where they're like drinking coffee. And you know, in Spain, we drink the coffee not in a tasse, you know, not in a cup, in a glass.
In a glass, yeah.
Because it's warm, and you eat like that because to make it like a bit colder. When I see this with a tomato with bread, I'm crying. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I call my mom, like, I'm crying. Like, what happened? Like, I just watched a movie.
Like
and I'm
a
crying. And my mom, she's really like, Efren, listen to yourself. Yeah. This means something. You have to run from this place because you are like fucking crying because a tomato with bread.
Yeah, you can't be. It's insane. You know, I had this conversation last time, and with a new person just moved to Berlin, a person that's been here for 2 years, and me that's been here now like 5.5, right? And at the end of it, we're all arguing because they have way more positive things to say. I'm like, okay, you're right. I've seen a bunch here. But I'm like, but let me tell you this. Any place that everyone you meet counts the days like it's prison, yeah. Maybe it's not the healthiest place. Like, no one comes here like, oh, I'd love to come to Berlin and retire. It's like, everyone's like, how long have you been here? 6 years, 2 months, and 4 days. Mm-hmm. Jeez, like, everyone is counting, like, I made it
like in prison.
Yeah, like fucking just with chalk, like one more. It's like, when it's an achievement to be somewhere, it's like, you made it 6 years. Like, when people clap, that's the funniest part. When I do stand-up, I have this, like, I had this shitty new joke, because at some point I would, like, an anniversary, like 5-year anniversary. So I wrote this joke because my mom was here and I wanted to do it in front of her. Where I was like, guys, this is a big week for me. I'm celebrating 5 years in Berlin this week, and the whole place goes like, hey! 5 years, which is anytime anyone does that. It means that, because imagine if you're in Barcelona, it's like, I'm celebrating 5 years in Barcelona. Who claps?
Exactly, no one.
It's like, yeah, oh, good.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Catalan or are you Spanish?
Yeah. They're like, 5 years, he did it. Yeah, so the joke was like, I'm celebrating 5 years in Berlin this way. I'm also celebrating 4 years and 11 months of cutting myself.
Exactly.
It's a weird overlap. It's like, so fucking ridiculous. Sorry. Yeah, Guapo, I'm
here since 10 years.
Yeah.
And this is the problem that I'm a survivor. And this is how we are clapping. It's like, oh, you managed to be here 5 years. 5 winters. Bravo. You are like capable, you know, and stuff. Yeah. Maybe the city has a lot of good things. You can be whatever you want to be, but at the end, it's like it's too big, and it's becoming like so. Capitalism is like hitting really hard here right now.
Yeah.
For people like from small cities like Barcelona and Athens, where everything is more quiet and stuff. We love the craziness of the city, but at some point, as we are getting older, this has no more interest, and you want more realness and people to meet people who are more real than someone who's I don't know. I just started working in Zalando and then is that okay? Tell me something else. I can't.
After 2 minutes, I'm like,
bye. I keep in Berghain 24 hours. I did that, when I was 27. Like, give me something else. Give me, hit me with something, but not.
Yeah, it's
It's
Yeah, it was really good. It was great. Some people really need it. Good for them. It's changing so fast. I've been here for 6 years, and it's like, I mean,
it's a monster. It's a monster.
When I moved here, Berghain was 13 euros to go in. 13.
Yeah.
And that was recently. I didn't move that 20 years ago. I moved like 5 years ago.
Yeah. And now if you go out to shit, because maybe the toilets are full and you need to shit really the pill, and you go home because you live in the corner, you need to pay 5 euros to go back. So this shit costs 5 euros.
Yeah. No, everything is like good.
But also, I don't like to understand. Of course, Berlin is a party city. I understand. That's why I moved here, by the way, because I was like, Barcelona was like getting like really like boring. Clubs are closing at 6. The toilets are separated, girls and guys. So I couldn't even take a line or take something with my girlfriend because no, you're a guy. You go to the toilet. Your girlfriend go there. Is that? But I want to take a line with my girlfriend.
I don't want to alone inside.
And I had to go on the street behind a car to take a line with my friend, with my girlfriend, because I was not allowed in the club. And I moved here. I was like, okay, everybody can go in. Everything was wild and stuff. But then, people get. I think it's something to understand that we are getting older and like to accept yourself. How actually you change? It's not only about the city. Yeah. It's about how we change as well. And what do you want? And you need to listen to yourself. Back then I wanted this. Now it's something more relaxed.
I'm still so young, Efren. I don't feel like it. You moved here at 27. I'm 26.
I think the camera is... I think the camera
Mama, the camera is like... Again, when I say my age, the camera shuts down. When you say about your crimes, the audio cuts out. We're in a moment.
Don't say the truth. Lie to the camera.
I have to pee. I'm going to let you process the fact that I'm 26.
Yeah, wow.
I know.
But can you stop this?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay.
Keep flying.
So I'm going to check.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, if you go right from here.
Thank you. So, that was my present from Napoli.
Yeah, I'm still 26. I feel like 74.
See, but that's this is the thing that happened in the city. The city is like so big and so many things. You made so many things in 6 years that maybe in Athens you do this in 10 years. You know what I mean? It's that you feel like, okay, I grew up so much. Which is good for because you can find yourself and stuff. People also get like really lost here. I lost friends. People died, people killed himself, people really got really depressed. Drugs is a thing, is a tema here because...
It's crazy. And I think it's also like, I think if you come from you know, I didn't come here to party. I eventually did party, but I came here for the opposite because I burned out in Athens. I was working nightlife for 4 or 5 years already by the time I was 21, and I just wanted like an opportunity. I wanted to be in a place where I could see myself doing something other than just work at a bar. So Berlin to me was like, I came here for the culture more than the party. Like the party, it took me years to actually party. Like after I graduated, like it was the last 2 years that I've been.
Yeah, I remember you told me. Yeah.
So, the thing with I think like if you're actually also a person also a bit more like us, maybe like that kind of has this like grounded in the simplicity and the beauty of life, but also wanting more and looking for stuff. But at the end of the day, if you make either of us decide, even before we came to Berlin or after or whatever, we're both gonna say, give me a little taverna, give me a little tapas bar, give me a little beach. Like, I could never party in my life, and I would still choose that over being here for 20 years, like in the clubs. Like, that was never my culture.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it, like, I love being part of it, but I think eventually what happens is if that's your culture and that's your center, is that, yeah, we went to amazing parties, but how long can you do that until you see that thing for way more problematic things than just, people having fun, people discovering themselves, this amazing like art, expression, dance. It's like, no, it's like if you go to 5 parties in a row, unless your entire identity is drugs and partying, you're going to be like, this is a problem.
Totally.
Like, this is fun, and I can have fun here, and there's moments in my life where I don't care. I'll shove everything in and have an amazing thing. But if you progress in life with yourself, and if you see new things, and if you're looking for essence, eventually you're going to go to parties and be, this is horrific. Like, these people are here, they're all taking G and methadone to fuck blindly in the middle of the corridor while they're really actually sad and depressed. And
because they thought that they have to be that because it's what happened right now, and
that's
this is
so
be accepted that way.
Yeah, so everyone does like 10 lines of Murphy and 5.
You know, I'm gay and I don't do dark rooms and I do all these things because maybe people call me like I'm an old school guy and stuff. But you know, like I'm telling you again, like if someone is inviting me to go for calamari and we get drunk and we have this and we go to your flat, I'm happier than to be mega high. You know, try to look hot because this image of being gay. I need to look hot. I need to be like that. I need to do this and this. For me, it's getting boring. It's like
so
it's not calling me at all. And this harness, you know, everyone harness with everybody without teacher with the harness. I was like,
yeah, it's like, what are we fucking? Are we role playing like jobs from the Middle Ages? Like,
and exactly, like, you all look all the same.
Yeah,
give me something
Efren.
Which is like, this guy is wearing like interesting T-shirt with a message or whatever of a shirt or your pearls, which is like calling me your attention.
Yeah. Have you been to any of the like lately? I just went to a few randomly by accident, kind of dragged there by kind of half new, like kind of very mask for mask party environments.
I don't do this.
I don't do this either. You know, when you like, because getting off work, everyone going out, they're like, oh, let's go to that club. And I'm like, that's a nice club, let's go. And then you go in and then you realize like, oh, it's a night. It's not, like I went to which for me is like going to a bar after work. Like I'm like, I'll go to for a beer. And then I go in and it was like, you know the party as well probably, but it was it's like that power dance.
Yeah, I know the party, of course.
Yeah,
but it's the theme. I don't go to this because I know what I'm gonna find there.
Yeah, I went in. It's 250 men squished in which also the thing.
It's as small as.
There's no way out.
And the toilets are maybe 2 toilets.
2 toilets, no way out. So you're all like you have to deal with it. Like most clubs have areas.
Yeah, you can even sit and escape a bit, smoke a joint.
Whereas which is the reason I love it, it's small and normally has very cute things.
Yeah.
It rarely does aggressive things because they know the vibe. It normally has very like cutesy things. But they did that party there. And I went in after work and all I wanted was just like to have a beer and a chat with my
someone.
friends. Yeah. And we go in and there's like 250 men in the same outfit. Same outfit.
Boring.
It was either Adidas
Boring.
shorts or a jog strap. And that's it.
That's it.
Naked. Just like that. But it was a universal outfit. And there were maybe like 3 different... It was like 50% muscle mass gaze, 20% bears, but in the same outfit, and 30%... Like, just all the... And just blowjobs everywhere and G everywhere. And I'm like, this is... Obviously, okay, it's your party, and I accidentally came here, so it's like I'm not like...
Exactly. Who are you to tell anything?
Who am I to just like judge? Because it's your thing. You do, but at the same time, being also in Berlin for like 5.5 years, like I can't help but be like, what? Like why this? Like how? Like why this culture of like taking it to the point of just I feel like so uncomfortable in there, and not by the
I can also like you're straight or you are like I don't know how you define yourself, but I can define myself like gay. I feel uncomfortable in these places as well, because I'm not gonna be with a harness and stuff. I'm gonna wear my Hawaiian shirt, which I love it because it's from the 80s, exactly from a nylon in Hawaii that I love. For me, it has a meaning. For these people, it has not a meaning because they don't want to get to this point to understand. This guy has this. No,
it's the thing of like
you are weird. You are wearing a shirt. Take it out and be like us.
Yeah, it's like you don't have. They don't want to think.
They don't want to think.
It's like everyone has to look exactly the same.
Exactly.
So wherever you put your penis, it's the same.
Exactly.
It's like if there's 250 identical things, then you can put your penis anywhere and it makes sense.
No.
But that was like, it's just the fact that the culture is like this in Berlin with kind of everything, whatever it is, it has to be the same thing. It's like those parties. It's just
I mean, look at you. But what about your style? You know, everybody's like super confused about you, your style. You know, understand? And I find that your style really interesting. Is a person like I sort of like to think I like this guy because he's giving me like something different. You know, sorry, this is like this because it's a presentation that you do yourself. You know, I don't want to be involved on this like chef people, harnesses, jackstrap. I was like, I'm bored of this.
It's so boring. Yeah.
It's boring. And sorry, your fucking harness costs €3 in Zalando. It's not even leather. Because if you are selling me like a 70s harness leather from San Francisco, whatever, I'm going to buy it. Yeah. But not a €3 fucking plastic harness from Zalando.
Just to be in the same exact... Like,
I'm not going to buy this, sorry. I'm not that, you know...
It's such a weird. I'll tell you this as my last sort of little like. People can do whatever the fuck they want, and obviously,
of course,
like,
always.
If you stop belonging somewhere, it's also like a hard fought culture in many ways. It just has stopped feeling like a culture for a while now, because I think it's like, you know, I see all of these things as extreme reactions to also times of not being able to express yourself that now have just become a fucking like prove you're not a robot click. It's like it's like that. It's like prove you're part of the party. Totally. Harness click. It's like no one does it for any like, anyway. But I will say this because I was in London and I went to like a couple of gigs that were very like experimental sound gigs. So the gigs that I would go in Berlin, but in London. And I went in, and there's 100 people. If we did that here, I know every single person from the 100 people in terms of what that, you know, it's like, 70 of them are people that do the same thing and are there to comment on the way that they do it. There's sweet communities within there, but it's just like, it's a bubble, it's a mono, it's like, you know everyone. It's like, you know what it's going to be. And then I went to London and I went to the same types of gigs. And there was like a dad with his son. Maybe one of the two was a fan and the other tried to take the other to see. A bunch of like probably sound guys that brought their girlfriend that has a day job and now she has to hear weird sounds and she's sleepy and confused. A bunch of like academic people that heard this is an important thing but now are struggling with how it looks. So it's like out of 100 people, maybe there were like 20 that knew what the fuck was up, and then 80 that were there through circumstances, and you got to have an identity again. You got to be one of the 20 types of people in a room and have that identity. Like, we were dancing at one part of the gig, no one else was like that. Because, because for us in Berlin, like, oh, this is dancey. But for them, it's like, this is noise. But for us, it's like, oh, this has rhythm. We haven't heard rhythm in a while. Taka, taka. And it's like weird noises. And then there's people being like, why are you dancing? It's disrespectful. There's people being like, oh, they're dancing. That's great. Like, it's being part of humanity again.
Uh-huh.
It's like seeing yourself within an actual demographic of people. Because, the avant-garde was avant-garde because it pushed some assholes.
Exactly.
Like, the only reason... Because if you put a toilet now, 2,000 Berlin people are going to be like... Yeah, like that's not the point of avant-garde. Like the point of doing anything is to feel how an actual sample of humanity looks at it. It's not to just do it for the 20 people that do exactly the thing you do. And that was also a part of just like being in Berlin, that like just going, even in London, a fucking metropolitan modern city, but just seeing that, things are accessible to all people. People are interested, people go, and then you get to see your art or your idea exist in an actual space of people, not just, like, if you're gonna make your art just for your friends, fuck it, like, get a day job and then do it on the weekends. So I think there was a part of, like, this homogeny of Berlin where it's like, the harness people are with the harness people. The experimental sound people are with the experimental sound people. Like, no one mixes and nothing.
Because everybody is so lost that they need to, they need to be part of. I need to be part of this.
Yeah, I need 100 people that think the same and look the same to do the same. And it's like I miss. That's why, like, it's the shit that maybe made me annoyed in Greece, or like I came to Berlin. I'm like, oh wow, people that actually want to be here. But now I'm like, yeah, but no one doesn't want to be here, and you need people that don't want to be here once in a while to understand how things are. It's like I miss Greece, like just going to gigs where people didn't like them, or like going to things, or like just seeing. A lawyer and then a trans girl, a right-wing person and a left-wing person, just seeing, like, the world. Because here we're just, like, seeing ourselves in a mirror and jerking off. Like, it's not...
Which is like, happen many gay couples, no? I'm looking for the people who look like me.
Yeah.
I was like, like, okay, you love yourself so much, they have to be... It's like, who is who? Because you both have harness and you are bald. What is what is who is weird? It's really, 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 really weird. This is one of the reasons to go back to Spain. I think people down there are like more real than here. They don't pay so much attention about the way you look, or the way you dress, or the way to do. It's like people are like, no, I like you the way you are. I want to go to the beach with you with a car. I drive you there. I bring you back home. And everything is like more polite and stuff. He is extremely aggressive, and at some point it gets boring. This aggressivity is like also like people like fucking is not like in the porn movies. Please stop it. I'm not like people are already like when I go home I want you to be hard on, open the door and stuff. It's like I'm with my pajama. It's like minus 15 degrees and I'm drinking my ginger tea because I have a little pain in my throat. So maybe I'm not gonna suck you because. I'm not gonna come. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's it. No, what is this? Okay. And it's not you. It's gonna be the other one here or the. So yeah, it's really impersonal. It's like and it's like a capitalism 100% because it's not you. It's gonna be the next one. It's gonna be the next one, and if not, it's gonna be the other one. So at the end, you are one of the amount of clothes of Humana
in the fucking bucket.
In a fucking bucket. That's it.
Yeah.
And survive there.
Efren, back to basics.
Back to happiness.
Back to happiness. Cheers to that, my love.
Cheers to that. Yeah. And you know what? Why I'm really happy? I'm sorry for the other people, but we have a place where to go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not lost here. I know where to go back. I know what I'm missing. I know what is there. I know which is my language. My Muttersprache is Spanish. It's not English. It's not German, which I do. But I'm not the same person. And sometimes we lost a lot of identity because we think that outside is the good thing, but inside in your country is also the good thing.
Yeah, I struggle a bit more with that. It's okay. I'm still there's still a lot of places for me to see and things to do, but I need a change now. I need a shift. I need to.
But this is about moments. It's about you need to listen to yourself. It's like when you feel it, it's the moment.
Yeah.
Don't think, don't struggle. Like I have to be next year. I have to be in 2 years. No, because maybe in 2 years you don't feel it. Maybe you still have this energy now that you are 26. What the fuck, Maybe you're like, I'm 38, going to 40. Like I'm closer to death than you. By the way.
Yeah, maybe we don't know.
Cheers
it
for
might
that.
be cancer.
Maybe your eye is gonna close forever. Malaka, that will be the amazing ending of your life. That your lazy eye closing forever.
But the thing is, it's never gonna fully close because of the surgery. So when I'm
true.
dead, when they close my eyes, this one's gonna fully close and this one's gonna be like half open.
And I'm gonna be the one there like trying to close it, and it's not good. And it's not closing. It was like with
a tape, gaffer tape.
Fuck you, just fucking die, bitch. Can I be this person?
Please.
Bravo, thank you. I mean, your mom is gonna be maybe. How old is your mom?
She's young. She's 50.
Fuck.
So
I need to deal with her because it's gonna be like.
Yeah. Let's see who does.
I think I can manage.
If I die after my parents, you can do a stock porn video with my dead body for my funeral. Bring 20 Eastern European girls in Toyota Corollas around my casket.
Imagine. And the casket is like, I'm gonna grab the casket to the, to the Toyota. It's like, go.
Yes, please.
Please.
No, even if either one of my parents are alive when I'm dead, it needs to be hilarious.
I mean, it should. I mean, it will be.
It will be.
It will be. I mean, if I'm there, I'm gonna be the one. I'm really sorry.
Oh my God, no.
Everything is recorded. He wanted this.
I need you and Felipe. Last week's podcast, Felipe has sent me the best voice message of all time. I've saved it somewhere. I need to find it and play it to you. It's his plan, what he's gonna do for my funeral. And it's the funniest voice message I have ever. I'll play it for you. So yeah, I know I'm in good hands. If I die before all you motherfuckers, I know.
Totally. I think I told to my friends I want a big party. I really want a big party. I want everyone to have fun. Take my body, hit me, spit me, put some makeup, wigs. Lines. Oh my
exactly. God. Lines. Just do lines off of me. Just like, but the first time I'm like body shave. Before I die,
totally.
The fucking like I have fucking hair on my shoulder, like
make a pillow with my hair.
A complete wax. You take all my hair and make little.
I have little pillows for everybody to sleep there, and fertile. To give everybody in the like a bit of hair of a friend.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way I want to go. This is the way I'm gonna go. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not here to play like, he was a nice guy.
Oh, he was a sweet person. Fuck
he was a fucking kleptomaniac. Fuck them.
Oh my God, we need to invite the representatives of H&M and Zara to be in your funeral.
Yeah, to say like, fuck you.
And they're gonna be the only ones that cry because they lost so much money.
I don't know the word in English, otherwise I would say, but it's really funny because I was working for, Carrefour.
Carrefour. Yeah, it's Carrefour everywhere else.
Carrefour. Do
you know Carrefour?
Do you know Carrefour? So one summer I didn't get a job, and I need a job to pay my rent, and I was like, okay, what should I do? And I got a job as a, like in a fruit section of Carrefour.
Oh my God, would you weigh this shit for other people?
No, I was doing like Saturdays because it was Saturdays and Sundays. So I was working in a club, from the club going to work there. And my job on Sundays, Saturday was to build a pyramid of Kartoffeln. Like a sack potatoes. And there was like, you need to build a pyramid. And I was like, doing my pyramid on Saturday. And selling watermelons to all women. And it was like, so I had to learn how to hit the water, the watermelon to see that they are good or not. And I was like hitting them. Completely wasted from the night before because I was working in a gay club. and this woman like, if you are telling me about one, I'm gonna come next Saturday to find you. I was like, no, I'm sure it's good.
No, this is
Bam,
good.
bam, bam, bam. Take it. Why am I talking about this right now?
I don't know, but it's amazing.
I mean-
Because they said that in your funeral you have Zara and H&M representatives.
Exactly. So then I realized, and you see like how many oranges and Kartoffeln and stuff, they go bad. So the company knows that there is like a 2% of the whole production is gonna go. It's called. It's not. I was a mermaid. It's not mermaid. It's called merma. Merma means this 2% who is by nature is gonna be like broken, or it's gonna be like a fuck, or with a virus. You cannot sell it. And I was like, I want to be part of this 2%. I don't want this 2% to go down. I want to keep it. These mermas. There are people stealing and stuff. Also, they do with violence against women. Like every year there's a 2% of people hitting stuff, the people hitting women.
Part of the budget.
And it's like, don't go down, keep it up, keep it to 2%, hit more women.
We have to keep the fucking.
So the 2%,
line.
I got the 2% when I was working there. I was like, that's what you need to steal to keep this 2%. Don't put it down. They need to lose stuff, this company. So I was helping them.
This was a fucking great episode.
Wow. The candle went away.
Said ciao, and we're gonna say
the
ciao.
The candle went to go. We're gonna say ciao. Microphone went ciao as well.
Ciao.
Camera went ciao as well. Some stuff.
I mean, there's a part of the podcast that's not recorded. That's so beautiful. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do because the rest was also amazing.
You do your magic, baby.
We'll see.
I was happy to be here.
Fucking Efren, come back to the podcast, baby.
I mean,
I think you're gonna be an instant fan favorite. This is gonna be a monthly thing now.
I'm really happy to come over. Yeah, I saw you even got it. Perfect.
Okay, thank you for
thank you guys
for listening. It was Efren, my baby boy. It was so
lazy
good to see you again.
Lazy eye Paris.
Lazy eye Paris on the ones and twos. Love you.
Love you. Ciao ciao.